Discussion Post and Peer Response 18, Chapter 25, Paulo Freire and Liberation Pedagogy. Okay, this is a really important chapter. It's a shame that it's the very last, but he is the most contemporary theorist that we have, and he has been very influential to a lot of the more progressive professors and educators in the world today, especially those who are multicultural in their stance or in their approach to education, especially at the university level and to some degree at the school level, but we don't see so much at the school level as we do at the university level. The prompt is, how do the contexts in which we live shape our social, political, economic, and educational beliefs about knowledge and values? When you do read this chapter, you will see that Freire had some very strong beliefs about the way the world works, and he was very much influenced by Marxist ideology and by the poverty that he grew up around and some of the social inequalities that he experienced as a child. He was exiled from Brazil and then welcomed back later on when a more liberal government came back into power. I'm going to quote something from the book on page 462 where it says, "Genuine teaching and learning does the following: recognizes the ideological nature of all social, political, economic, and educational constructs, is committed ethically to resist and combat all racial, sexual, and class discrimination, and requires a critical attitude, a rigorous stance to truth that is tempered by reflection and a sense of humility." And so he's not going to be burning down schools and tearing things down, but in humility, you're going to try to change the way education takes place. And so he would say that the standards movement, especially, is probably something so that the elites are trying to ensure that certain values and certain knowledge is given to the students. And he would probably be I'm sure he would be very much against the standards and the standardized testing we're doing, at least for the topics of standardized testing. So this is an important chapter. If you really want to know what modern pedagogy and philosophical foundations of education are, you might read this chapter even 2 times to understand it, so that you will understand how many young and older professors are approaching their classes and why they approach the classes the way they do. This might not appeal to you, but for some of you, you will find this to be very thought-provoking, especially as you write about it. As far as your educational beliefs about knowledge and values, what is the purpose of education? Does everybody have the same beliefs about knowledge? Does everyone have the same beliefs about values? Give some examples of how contexts have shaped your thinking about these kinds of issues and about pedagogy and about learning. If you have any questions, give me a call.